I know. I don't own the rights to the song and stuff. I know I don't own the rights to the song. But you know you love that song. You know you do. You know that song. Sister Christian, man. Come on. So welcome back, everybody. Whew, real quick before I get too deep into it, let's go some more rockin' to do. I kind of messed that one up. We still got more rockin' to do, man. Sorry about that. I kind of fucked that up. But anyway, how are y'all doing? Sorry I'm a day late. Yesterday was really busy. It was the wife's birthday. She just got back from Illinois Monday night. Congrats to my softball team, Monday night softball team, Michelado boys that won the championship Monday night here in town. Yeah. Softball, baby. So, yeah, I play on a team called Michelado boys because they drink a lot of michelados. For those of you boozers out there that know about michelados, fucking drink up. I don't drink. I enjoy my herbs in the dugout. With everybody else, I keep it incensed in the dugout with my aura and my aroma of the herb. So, Mr. Lamp says hello. Magic Lamp. Mr. Magic Lamp here. Yeah, so, I'm still on season 2. 18th episode of season 2, but the 43rd episode overall. So, this show happened at the Stratosphere Theater, February 17th, 2024. So, earlier this month, in fact, the same weekend, that night before, we seen Tool. And, of course, I had to do the Tool review first. And if you had the question why I did the Tool review first before I did the Night Ranger and Stephen Pearcy review, then you're just not paying attention. So, yep, it was at the Stratosphere Theater at the Stratosphere Hotel Casino in Vegas, which is, for those of you who don't live here, it's really fucking tall theater here in town, man. They're in the Hotel Casino, the one with the big tower, man. It's got the fucking tall tower. That's the Stratosphere. Got it? Good. All right. So we had Stephen Pearcy, who is the lead singer from RATT, coming out. And pretty much they're going to sing a bunch of RATT songs because that's what Stephen Pearcy does. He plays a bunch of RATT songs on stage, which is cool as hell. It's like seeing RATT because the musicians he has with him are really good too. He's got Al Petrelli on guitar since 1995. He's had a dude with him, Juan Crocier, on bass since 2012, and then a couple guys he picked up in 2018. Rhythm guitarist Chris Sanders and Jordan Ziff on lead guitar. They're fabulous musicians and complement Steven's voice very well. And, like I said, it's like seeing RATT. You got the voice, and the music sounds like RATT. Must be kind of like RATT. So this was the show also where I told you earlier in the week, I got that text message from Vivid. And then in correspondence with them, making a phone call and stuff, found out they were going to give me a free upgrade, me and the wife, a free upgrade into the party pit, which means we're right by the stage. Like literally, like there's the stage, there's like a little, like a wall, and we're literally like we can lean on the wall and stuff. We were right next to the wall, and they're right there. It's like, wow, that was cool. So, pretty much, it was the 40-year anniversary of Out of the Cellar. Probably RATT's biggest album, I would say. 40-year anniversary. It was released 2/17/84. We were doing the show 2/17/24. So pretty much he was coming out first thing. He's pretty much going to do the whole album. Now, of course, he has to rearrange it a little bit because he can't play the song that's like number 3 on the album originally. He can't play that song third. Because that's like the big RATT tune. I won't reveal it. Some of you know. Some of you should know what I'm talking about. But they can't play that right away. They got to save that for the end of at least the album set. So they're gonna do RATT Out of the Cellar, RATT's biggest album from 1984. Hell yeah, 40-year anniversary. So you know Steven wants to come out and sing his ass off. You know he's got the guys fired up like, hey, this is Vegas. This is a 40-year anniversary of RATT's biggest album. We gotta do a good job, man. And they did. It was awesome. They fucking rocked the house. First song out, One Man, which is one of my favorite RATT tunes, if not my favorite RATT tune, myself. Second song was You're in Trouble. And then In Your Direction, She Wants Money. Lack of Communication, which was a big RATT tune. Back for More, another one of my favorite. That's one more of my favorite RATT tunes right there. Back for More, The Morning After, I'm Insane, Scene of the Crime, and then of course the song I was talking about, the most famous RATT song that still gets lots of radio play today, Round and Round, to kind of finish up the album part of the set. And then he's like, well, we're going to do a couple more tunes. You know, of course, not on the album because we just finished the album. But we're going to do a couple more tunes. They did You're in Love and then Lay It Down, which was a real cool way. They could have ended it maybe with I Want a Woman or Way Cool Junior, which would have been on like my set list if I had to choose. But like I said, it was great. I loved it. I loved the energy that they were bringing on stage because it was the 40-year anniversary of Out of the Cellar, and it was a really good set, and I was really cool. I thought it was really cool that he acknowledged that right away, comes right out with it. It was a great set, but we're not done yet. It's only half the show. So then we're gonna go with Night Ranger. So we got Night Ranger. Pretty much the first three guys I'm going to mention, Jack Blades, Brad Gillis, and Kelly Keegan, or Kelly Keegy. Kelly Keegy's the drummer, one of the lead vocalists. Brad Gillis, lead and rhythm guitar, plus he sings. Jack Blades, bass guitar, and another lead vocalist. Those guys are like Night Ranger originals. There's another guy named Kerry Kelly on guitars, lead and rhythm. That they picked up. I couldn't get exact year, or it's just I'm shitty with getting research. My bad. And then the other guy was Eric Levy, who was a pretty cool dude. He was off to the side. He played keyboards and would sing and drink lots of beer. And he was having a good time with the crowd. We were right. Like I said, he was the closest guy to us because he had the keyboard right kind of on that side of the stage that we were on. So we got to see a lot of Eric Levy. Really cool, really good entertainer as far as can play those keyboards really good. And he was drinking. There'd be a time where he was playing and he'd be like, hit the beer real quick. And then get back to doing his thing, man. It was cool. It was good. It was a really good set. Like I said, I love it. That was a really great weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was awesome that weekend. So. But let's get into, the set list here. They have a lot more great tunes. They're not just a one-hit wonder with the Sister Christian. They have a lot of great tunes that were big. You Can Still Rock in America was the first song they come out with. Good high-energy tune right away. That was a big tune for them back in the day. Another song called 4 in the Morning. Another one of my favorite Night Ranger tunes, along with You Can Still Rock in America, is up there with one of my favorites too. Third song out was Eddie's Coming Out Tonight. Into Sing Me Away, which is a good tune. I believe off the first album. I think it's the second song on the first album. So I've always kind of liked that one too. And then they're going to mix it up here a little bit because remember I mentioned Jack Blades, who's one of the lead vocalists and bass players for the band, Night Ranger. He also had another band whenever Night Ranger kind of disbanded in the late 80s. And he spawned a band with Tommy Shaw from Styx, Ted Nugent from Ted Nugent, and then a drummer named Michael Corleone to form the band Damn Yankees in the late 80s. So they decided, hey, we're going to play a Damn Yankees tune. And whenever I seen these guys last year at the Golden Nugget, they pretty much did a lot of these same songs. I don't think it was the same exact set, but I could be wrong. But I'd have to take a look. But I never did a review on that show because that was before I started the show, and then just got kind of mixed up with all the other stuff going on. So But, they did Coming of Age, which is a good old damn Yankees tune. I like that one a lot. So I thought that was pretty good. And then they get back to some, old school Night Ranger, Sentimental Street, which was like a rock ballad, slower tune that had some popularity for them. It wasn't like a number one hit, but it was up there, it did a good job. And then they do a song from the movie track. They had main actor in the movie was Michael J. Fox. It's unfortunate what happened to him later on, years later after that. I always feel really, whenever I think about, because Michael J. Fox was always really cool, at least from what I've seen, and now I did do the Back to the Future movies, but then the show Spin City and Family Ties before all that, of course, because that's how he became big, at least from what I remember. It's always kind of sad whenever I think of Michael J. Fox, what happened, and I feel bad that happened, because that shouldn't happen to anybody, but seemed like it happened to a really good guy, and it's unfortunate. But he had this movie back in the day called The Secret of My Success, and Night Ranger did the title track for that song and the soundtrack. So they did the song Secret of My Success, which a lot of people remembered because the video, because the movie, and it was one of the more, any of the tunes that got play on videos in the 80s was big, because there was a time when MTV played just videos. There was a time when that happened. Just music videos all the time. It was cool. And the Night Ranger was in that mix with a lot of videos around that time. Alrighty. So then they decided to go ahead and do a couple cover songs. First they're going to cover Alice Cooper's School's Out, which was cool. Everybody's, there's not probably a person in the crowd who doesn't know that song. And then they whip out Ozzy's Crazy Train. And there's not a damn person in that audience. I don't care if they were a little kid, which there was some little kids in the crowd. I've seen it. There was not a person in the audience that didn't know what song Crazy Train was. And that was pretty cool. They played that song. Then they go back and they do a little newer Night Ranger tune called High Road. And then they're going to do a song from their first album called Night Ranger, which is a pretty good tune. Plus, there's like a really good jam right in the middle and towards the end of it. That's pretty badass. So I like that one a lot. And they weren't originally going to be called Night Ranger. They were just going to be called, I believe, Ranger. And then something happened, and then at the last second, they just said, let's throw on night at the end of it. And then it became Night Ranger. So, anyway, song 12 comes out, and they do a song called Come Again. Into the damn Yankees big tune called High Enough. Rock ballad. It's kind of like a rock ballad intro with Come Again. The way it leads into High Enough. They did a really good job with that. I love how they did that. Because they pulled out the acoustics with Come Again, and then right into High Enough with the acoustics. Before it comes in with the other guitars and stuff. Like I said, the musicianship these guys have are phenomenal. I mean, even with the guys they have today, those 5 guys out there, phenomenal. And, like I said, 3 out of 5 were original Night Ranger members still. That's 60%. That's pretty good. You're still in the majority there. You're still over the 50% mark. So that's cool, man. And I love that song by Damn Yankees. It's a good tune. Emotional tune. And then they do a song called Goodbye, which was a Night Ranger tune, a rock ballad in the 80s. It's on their greatest hits. Good tune. And then they do, the last 3 songs are going to be their biggest. They're probably their more famous ones. Even though, like I said, they got a bunch of good ones that I just mentioned, of course. But the last 3 especially. When You Close Your Eyes, huge for them. Don't Tell Me You Love Me, which was pretty much the song that put them on the map. That was their first release. I believe it was their first single released off the first album. I know it's the first track on the first album. And it's a badass tune. That's my favorite Night Ranger tune. I almost came in with that one, but I was like, man, more people probably know Sister Christian, which is what they finished up with, of course. That was song 16. Great show. Like I said, I seen them last year at the Golden Nugget. A little bit smaller venue than the Stratosphere. The Stratosphere is a little bit bigger. It said it held 640 people, but I think there was more than that at this theater. But I don't know for sure. Sometimes Google's fucked. I don't know. But anyway, it was a hell of a show. If there was a couple Night Ranger tunes that I would have had them play and mixed in there. There's one called Penny off the first album. It's kind of a good old like. It's kind of like it's got a good rhythm to it and stuff. The vocals are always nice. I like that one. And then there's another rock ballad called Restless Kind. I've always kind of liked that one a little bit. You know, I'm kind of just, I don't know. I just always have kind of liked that one a little bit. I got an old picture here of Stephen Pearcy up here because this was the second time when I got to meet him. The first time I seen him live, because the first time I met him, he wasn't doing a concert. We were at a live taping for Murray the Magician show at the Plaza. So different circumstances, and when I finally got to see him perform was that night here, which was 2022, late 22, and then with this show that I'm talking about now, that was supposed to happen September of 23. So I bought my tickets for this show like in April of 23. Supposed to be in September of 23 to go to the show. It got removed to February date that we went to now. So had to wait a while to see that show. About, I'd say close to 10 months if you figured up dates. So but I got to see it. It was a great show. Glad I got to talk about it with y'all. Sorry I'm a day late, $1 short for you, but I'm here now. I got here now. I'm here. It's always better late than never, right? All right, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go do other shit, though. I got a busy day ahead of me. I got to hit the gym eventually sometime today. You know, so got the Night Ranger shirt. Kind of like, yeah. All right, man, I'm going to get out. I want y'all to have a good day. Party down. Like I said, real quick shout out again to Michelada Boys. We're champs again. Woo! Yay! All right, rock and roll, everybody. I'll talk to y'all later. And just keep, trying to stay healthy, keep loving each other. And remember, night, night. Keep that butthole tight. Keep the lube in there, though. Keep it nice and lube.